The Computer Fraud and Abuse Act is a cybersecurity statute aimed at preventing computer hacking by imposing liability on those who access computers without authorization. In Van Buren v. United States, the Supreme Court considered whether a person violates the act by accessing a computer with authorization in order to obtain information for an improper purpose. Nathan Van Buren was a police sergeant in Georgia. In the course of his job, Van Buren formed a friendly relationship with Andrew Albo. Van Buren asked Albo for a personal loan, but Albo secretly tape-recorded Van Buren's request and reported Van Buren to the police for trying to shake him down for money. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, eventually heard the recording and devised a sting operation to investigate Van Buren. Under the FBI's direction, Albo asked Van Buren to search the police's computer database for license plate information to confirm whether a woman Albo had met was an undercover police officer. Albo promised Van Buren $5,000 for the information. Van Buren accessed the database on his patrol car computer using his valid credentials, obtained the license plate information, and shared it with Albo. The federal government charged Van Buren with a felony violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The government asserted that although Van Buren was authorized to access the database and license plate information while performing his police duties, he exceeded his authorized access by doing so for personal use. A jury convicted Van Buren, and he appealed. The 11th Circuit affirmed, rejecting Van Buren's argument that the act didn't apply to those who merely misused information that they are otherwise authorized to access. The United States Supreme Court granted cert.